At some point in life, something changes. You begin to notice it in your body. Your eyesight weakens. Your teeth aren't as strong. Your hearing isn't as sharp. And slowly, you begin to realize something you've always known, but never truly faced. You are aging. And with that realization, another thought begins to appear. How do I bring my life to a good ending? Not just survive, but land your life well. That question is not a sign of fear. It is a sign of awareness. Most people never ask this question. They live as if time is unlimited. They ignore the changes. They avoid thinking about death. But the moment you become aware of your aging, the moment you begin to face your mortality, your life changes. And that is something powerful, because there is a big difference between having a problem and having a challenge. A problem is something negative. A challenge is something meaningful. And realizing that your life will end is not a problem. It is a challenge, a very important one. Now, let's talk about something many people struggle with. When they begin to feel aging, they react in two extreme ways. One is denial. They refuse to accept it. They say, "I'm still young. I'm not old." Even at 60, they try to live as if they are 20. The other is despair. "I'm already old. It's over. There's nothing left." Both are wrong. The right approach is this: accept your age. Clearly, honestly. Say to yourself, "I am 60." And then ask, what does that mean for how I should live now? Because acceptance is not defeat. It is clarity. When you accept your age, you begin to value your time differently. You begin to take your life seriously. And that is where everything changes. Here's something important. Most people say they value their life, but their actions say something else. They damage their body through unhealthy habits. They damage their mind through anger, frustration, and stress. They damage their time by wasting it on things that don't matter. And yet they say, "I care about my life." But real care is shown through behavior. To truly value your life means to live in a way that protects it, physically, mentally, emotionally. Now, if you have reached a point where you are reflecting on your life, that is not a problem. That is a gift, because many people never reach that awareness. So, what should you do from here? There are two directions. The first is this: have you truly lived freely? Many people live carefully. They do what is expected. They fulfill their roles. They meet responsibilities, and that is good. But sometimes, in doing so, they suppress themselves. They hold back. They avoid taking risks. They don't try what they truly want. So ask yourself, is there something I still want to do? Something you avoided? Something you postponed? Something you were afraid to try? If there is, this is your time. Not recklessly. Not in a way that destroys what you've built, but in a way that honors your life. Because if not now, then when? This stage of life is not the end. It is the beginning of your second life. Now, the second direction. If you feel like you've already lived fully, if you've done what you wanted, then the next step is this: live for others. Up until now, you've built your life. You've gained experience. You've developed skills. You've learned lessons. Those things have value. And that value doesn't have to stay within you. It can be shared. You can teach. You can guide. You can support. You can give someone strength. You can give someone clarity. You can give someone hope. And that is one of the most meaningful things you can do, because your life does not end with you. It continues through the people you influence. Now let's talk about something important. Many people say, I want to end my life cleanly. I don't want to cause trouble. That sounds good. It sounds responsible. But here's a deeper truth. You don't need to die perfectly. You don't need to leave everything flawless. In fact, living too perfectly can leave nothing behind. Sometimes, imperfection has value. When someone leaves behind challenges, unfinished situations, even problems, the people who remain learn something. They grow. They understand that life is not perfect. They understand what it means to struggle. And through that, they connect more deeply with the person who lived. So instead of trying to create a perfect ending, focus on something else. Live fully. Show what it means to live. Show what it means to face difficulty. Show what it means to keep going, especially if you have children. Your life is not just yours. It is an example. They learn from what you do, not what you say. So give them something real, not perfection, but authenticity. Let them see your strength, your struggle, your humanity. That is the greatest legacy, not money, not possessions, but a way of living. So don't hold back. You've already lived long enough to understand what matters. Now, live in a way that expresses it. Take challenges. Try something new. Be bold in your own way, even if it doesn't end perfectly, because in the end, perfection is not what people remember. They remember how you lived and how you made them feel. So live in a way that leaves something meaningful behind. That is how you land your life, not perfectly, but powerfully.